Alright, hey everybody, it's Chad here, your Thursday guy for FT Roll M. So this topic is on transgender discrimination, so I'm kind of just going to jump in. So, I know Ren touched upon like the Bruce Jenner thing and social media kind of impacting the transgender community, either in a positive way or a negative way, whichever, I guess, mindset you believe in. Um, I guess I want to add my comment with the Bruce Jenner thing. I feel like this has been a rumor for years that she's transgender, and now that she officially came out, everybody's like, whoa, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? You don't need to do that. And it's just like, it's an example of what we all personally go through, or at least a lot of us. I know when I first came out, and my friends, they were like, okay, I don't really know much about it. I don't know why you have to do it. And it's not a matter of fact that you have to or anything. It's just kind of like a part of you. Um, and a lot of the discrimination I feel like that we receive for being transgender is just kind of a lack of knowledge of what being transgender actually entails. The concept of, yes, going from one sex and to living the life of the opposite gender. Okay, that's a general knowledgeable thing of transgenderism. Okay, I'm glad you know that, but the fact that people say, no, no, you should just stay the way you were made, you were made for a reason, that certain way, like, that's what you need to do. But at the same time, it's like, but I was made like this. It goes both ways. I tell them, yeah, I would have been happy living as a female if I was happy being female. Why wasn't I just born a size male? Like, you ask me questions, I'll just, backfire some questions back at you, I guess. I don't know. And the discrimination just against being transgender is just outrageous. It's dumb. Um, People get discriminated for being black, for being Asian, for being white, and doing certain things. So it's not like just being transgender is one thing. Some people that are transgender feel discriminated within different things too, on top of it. And society just needs to calm down. And if we are all a little more loving, I think this world would be a better place. But it's just really, really sad. I work at a restaurant, and I was at a table one night, and I was boxing up their food, and I heard them talking about one of their daughters was dating a guy, and the guy came out and said that he was transgender and was transitioning to be a girl. And I guess their one daughter was going to stay with her. And I was like, wow, that's like so cool. I'm going to keep listening in. And all of a sudden, one of the guys at the table was just like, nah, fuck that. Like, why is she dating some freak? She's going to be a freak too. And I was like, oh my God. And then he was like, does that make her a lesbian, or what the fuck does that make her? I was just like, I was cringing. I just wanted to, I would have lost my job. um, I just think all the discrimination that people get being transgender, whatever, it's just a lack of knowledge, and it's a lot of ignorance too. I feel like if people were a little more educated of what we actually have to go through and what we feel, things would maybe be a little easier, at least with people knowing more of the process. But it's sadly, I don't know if it's going to change. Being transgender, it's becoming more known, which is great. But then I think Ren touched upon it too. It's like maybe almost a trend to be transgender, which I would hope not. I wouldn't want somebody to transition and go through all this shit if it wasn't truly them. Like, I wouldn't wish upon this on anybody. And, I live stealth, and I've stated this before, like, I recognize I'm transgender. I'm not necessarily happy I am. I wish I could have been happy born the way I was born, or why couldn't I just been born a size male? It's like all these things, and people just don't get that. The fact that people say that this is a choice, that's complete and utter bullshit. Nobody wants to go through all this mental suffering and then being happy and then going through all this medical shit. Like, it's not fun. You gotta do it to be happy and be proud of who you are, but the discrimination we feel and get and receive is just, ridiculous, and I don't understand why anybody would think that this is a choice. Um, so yeah, that's my little spiel on discrimination. That's a little depressing and harsh, I feel like, and deep, but I don't know what next week's topic is. I hope it's a little more cheery, though. But, all right, y'all have a good weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday. Have a good one.